Here's 5 simple mistakes that I see all CS2 players make, whether they're Silver 1 or Faceit 10. Say you're a T trying to hit the A site here, it's a good idea to have a plan of how you want to walk out, maybe the angles you want to clear and the utility you're going to throw, just before you go out and actually do it. This is so you can focus on your crosshair and not be trying to think of your next steps while you're actually doing them. And of course, this plan can change as you get new information. Maybe there's a player peeking here, and you want to have a different response to that. But it's good to have a bad plan rather than no plan at all. So how many times have you seen this scenario? You're on Inferno, and you manage to take banana control right away. And your team all rotates over, and you guys just clump up here, and then you get smoked up. So your choices now are either to run a shitty execute through the smoke at a minute 20 left in the round and get mowed down by the defenders left on site, or you guys just kind of all bunch up towards car and then you get dumpstered by the guys flanking you bottom mid. What went wrong here? Well, your team was easily read because you guys didn't have any map control, and this is the second mistake I see a lot of players make. Map control or space taking is quite easy. All you have to do is just walk forward. But the issue I see a lot of players make is forgetting that's an ever-evolving process. Just because your team took control of apps early in the round doesn't mean you have control of it later on. You have to be constantly in a state of push and pull and try to gather as much info in space as possible. Taking map control is more important than you might think because not only does it deny the other team that control, but simply by you taking that space, you can impose great threats to bomb sites and stall rotates. For example, taking top mid here and apps on Inferno is great because not only does it deny the CTs an opportunity to flank down bottom mid, but you can pressure these A site defenders into thinking an execute is happening at any time and make it so that you can execute on B without these guys rotating, basically. Now, the third mistake is similar, but it applies to post plants, and that is not playing power positions. Now, what do I mean by this? What is a power position? Well, it's a spot on the map where as a T in post plant, the very nature of you being there basically wins your team the round. This is because the position may be a really advantageous fight. It might have a nice angle where you can tuck away and wait until the bomb is tapped. Or maybe it just requires the CTs to clear so much space in so little time, making them have to rush and you can catch them on their mistakes. No matter the reason, it is very important as a T that you are able to take control and play these positions in post plant, as they, like I said before, basically win your team the round. Some examples of these power positions are CT or jungle on A site Mirage, long on A site Ancient, control down on B site Nuke. All of the bomb sites have these powerful little spots, so it's important to take some time to learn them, and as well as learn how to play them. So our fourth mistake is not understanding what Util does. Of course you know that a frag does damage, that a flash blinds people, but deeper than that, what do each piece of Util actually accomplish? So typically, smokes are going to be used to stop pushes, deny space or obscure your movement. Say if you're a T, now you can cross from this left side to this right side without the CT seeing it. Fire grenades, of course, are going to be able to do some nice chip damage. Maybe make your M4 now a one-shot kill to the head. They also can be used to pop open smokes like this. And they also can be used to slow players down with their reduced movement once they've been hitting it. Flashes can be used for space taking or denying space. You want to peek out an angle like this, and then you just throw a flash, and now you can peek this angle. They're also great for pick plays, having a teammate flash for you. This, maybe. And now you pick off it, get a kill, and then run away and hide. Just a way to get a nice 4v5 advantage. Then lastly, mollies. Now, mollies on CT and T are a little bit different. Typically on CT, you're going to be using your mollies to stop pushes. While on T side, you're going to be using your mollies to clear out positions. Now, understanding what each piece of util actually accomplishes will just help make your nades vastly more effective as you're not just throwing them and wasting. Now, our fifth and final mistake I see all players make is conditioning, whether that be you not conditioning your opponent or your opponent conditioning you. Now, most players are aware that you should switch up your spot every couple of rounds, as your opponent is going to start to expect you here, maybe even start to power you. What I don't see a lot of players do, though, is switch up the responses to actions. Maybe they always throw this volley here when they push mid, or maybe they always run back and play moto here. So conditioning your opponents is actually pretty simple. All you do is do a reaction or play a few times, and then once they've come to expect it, you just don't do it or do something else. And a very deadly example of this is with the phase smoke. So with the phase smoke, it's something just like this, and all it's going to do is block off the T's view of top mid from T steps. So I like to throw this smoke a few times and not do anything with it. You know, maybe I'll play just top mid here, maybe I'll come back to arch. But the third time I throw it, I'm going to be booking my ass down into alt mid and catching the T's off guard because they've been conditioned not to expect a play or reaction once I throw the smoke. Or maybe I do the exact opposite. Maybe I rush every time I throw the smoke, and then one time I don't do anything. Or maybe I peek from apps this time and catch them on a different angle. Just something to switch up your reactions. Having a play like this on every map will win you so many games because it makes you so much more of a dynamic and creative player, and 2, you only really need to win a round or 2 with this to win the game since MR12 is so short. And that's the 5 simple mistakes I see all players make. If you want to see more content like this in the future or have any questions, just leave a comment down below. And make sure to subscribe. I post new videos every Friday. Thanks.